Sure. Great. So everybody, let's start. So you're all joining a presentation that is being organized by Federation of Asian Biotech Association called FABA. So FABA is I'll just give a brief what FABA is, who am I. So I'm a chief operating officer at FABA. My name is Dr. Jagadeesh Gandla. So I have basic background in biotechnology, then did PhD and worked in Germany for quite a few years, then have a little bit of entrepreneurial experience. But right now I'm kind of building FABA mainly, building student community where, in life sciences, everybody can help each other in terms of jobs or in terms of entrepreneurship. So what FABA is basically is, it's a non-profit organization, which is aimed to help mainly, to connect various players in pharma and biopharma. Started in 2004. We have chapters in various countries. If you look at our audience pool right now in the Zoom, we have participants from Nigeria, we have participants from Pakistan, we have participants from Germany. So that's because of our chapters are present everywhere, mainly in 22 countries in Asia and Africa. So our main motto is connecting various players in pharma and biopharma. So we exist as a unifying body in life sciences field in Asia and Africa. We connect academia, industry, and government, and also government to government connector. We are also an upskilling center called FABA Academy. That's where you are here. So our main motto or mission is to promote innovation and entrepreneurship in the biotech industry, academia, and healthcare sector. So we work with various players, could be government organizations, incubators, investors, students, startups, SMEs, institutes, pharma, biopharma institutes, universities, and colleges. So our main motto is like how biotechnology can be helped in building relations among different parties. So we work as an enabler. Let's not go into it. So we have various advisors like Mr. BP Acharya IAS, Ms. Sheila Baide IAS, and Saidi Hasnain. These are all our patrons and mentors. And we have a strong leadership team. A couple of them are here. Suresh sir is there. Hema ma'am is here. So they all help us in kind of, streamline our process, how we are going. So this is called as executive committee board members. And we have various international chapters. As I said, a couple of them are joining through international chapters. Hi, sir. Good evening.
I'm also here.
Hi, sir.
Okay. Good evening.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Jagadeesh, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Good morning, Redden.
Good morning, sir.
Good evening, Hema Garu.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Continue, Jagadeesh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good to see you after a long time, sir.
Hi, Sarat.
Yeah, great. So let's jump into what FABA Academy is and what it can do for students. So I'll just skip these slides. So FABA Academy is an initiative by FABA. So FABA has various networks and has 20 years on ground experience. So we started around 2003, 2004, and now we are in 2023. But FABA Academy was started in 2020 mainly to help students, whether it could be upskilling through workshops, webinars, skill development programs, hands-on trainings, conferences, job placements, finishing school, women empowerment in life sciences, and industry readiness programs. So we do various programs. So this FABA Friday is one of the initiative where every Friday we'll be talking mainly about career building, like soft skills. We won't be talking anything about hard skills like chromatography or anything. We'll be mostly talking about how to get a job or how to talk in interviews or how to basically anything that is related to career in life sciences. That's what we will talk. And this is through FABA Academy. So it is launched in 2020. We did many webinars, around 38 webinars. We did various workshops. A couple of them are, drug discovery and development workshop, which we concluded in April. Biologics and biosimilars workshops, chromatography techniques, biosafety and biosecurity, cyber biosecurity and vaccine manufacturing, basic biochemistry, immunological techniques. Along with these skills, we also had several workshops that are, soft skills like how to write your CV, how to apply for jobs in industry, building a personal brand, interview skills, all these things. So this is what we do at FABA Academy. We also have FABA entrepreneurship, which I think slowly we'll go there. Right now, I won't explain much about entrepreneurship because that's not the focus today. So we'll directly go to our FABA Fridays. So FABA Fridays, a lot of thought went through while creating FABA Fridays. So we know, as I said, we have various network ecosystem players, like industries are there, universities are there. But how can we help students whenever they need help? So most of us reach us out like, sir, I'm looking for a job. Sir, how to apply for a PhD position? So instead of catering to individual needs, we thought we'll create a community where the community itself can help. And as our duty, every Friday we come here as a mentoring guide or anything. Yeah. Kasturi, you want to ask something?
No.
Yeah. So that's like a FABA Friday initiative started last week. So
I think this is a really great initiative. During my college days, I wanted to reach out people and ask, how do I do it? Even after my master's, I didn't have that clarity. Like, I was completely in my focusing on the laboratory skills and all that stuff. I was not that good at preparing CV and engaging with people. I was mostly into the lab, and I didn't have any of the idea. Even after moving to Germany, I've learned certain things, but I was looking for this kind of network wherein people, actually respond. I've been reaching out n number of people, but hardly few people responded. And I think it's a really great initiative to help students, especially who are in their bachelor's or master's in their last semesters or something.
Yeah. Thank you, Kasturi.
Thank you so much for this initiative.
Sure. So the soft skills are taken for granted. That's why none of the universities teach, and everybody are reinventing their own wheel. So it's none of the curriculums have these kind of topics. That's where FABA Academy has been established. What can we teach more than outside of the university, and more than
what we learn in the university and what it is in the market, like let it be in the research lab or in the company where we work, it's completely different. Exactly. That is what I assume to be, because during my master's, when I was working with Helmholtz Research Institute, I was like, I was in my laboratory working. I was focused on my work, even though I had to do presentations and all that other stuff, which is not as a part of my curriculum. Other than the part of curriculum, I was not feeling that comfortable, and I've been facing certain kind of issues.
Yeah.
And I'm really thankful to this platform, and I think it's a really great platform, and it should people should know more about it, like the students who are in the last semesters.
Yeah, please spread a word.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely I should. And I really wish if I can contribute something to this platform, it would be really great.
Yeah. So, the third point, or the second point. So it's like peer-to-peer mentoring based on the topic. Like if I know something, I could be a mentor, or if I don't know something, that you could be a mentor. So that's where this community practice has to come in handy. So we have to collaboratively help each other. We could basically, if you have skills, we can already start applying for directly industries or upskilling. So FABA will help you out. If you are applying for jobs, we are creating a FABA recruitment tool where you can apply for jobs through us. Like we have lots of contacts in the industries or academia. We'll help you directly apply. Or otherwise, if you do not have skill set, we are building something called FABA Finishing School, which you will hear soon. And with 2 institutes, we are building something. So this is what is basically FABA Fridays. So a couple of ground rules. I think I spoke last week as well, but I'll be speaking every week this one. So whoever are joining first time or something, don't come with very, very big expectations, or don't be in a critical mode like, oh, I've expected so much, but you are not teaching anything. So just be positive, because it's a journey. So it's a very big journey that we are planning with you guys. So be proactive. Like, I'm asking everybody to turn on the cameras and microphones, but nobody's doing it. So this shows that your enthusiasm, or you're afraid of something. So this is where you need to be opening up and talk to people. Otherwise, the world is very cruel, guys. Like if you're not proactive, if you're not really active in things, you will be punished for several years, where you won't be getting jobs or anything. And
even though we are, let me add a point on this. Even though you add up, even though you are active, you need to make n number of attempts to crack a job, let it be a job or a position, to build a network. It's very tough these days. No one is coming up with humanity. All I could say is, like, everyone is busy competing with each other, and it's tough. We need to be proactive.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is this Nitya, Dr. Nitya?
That's
Hello.
Kasturi, sir.
Kasturi. Kasturi from?
I'm from Hyderabad, sir. I'll be relocating to Germany. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we have lots of international participation, sir.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes. So let's get back to the presentation. So be open, be collaborative. So it's our everybody's platform. So please come and build stuff here. And as I said last week, we started it Friday. FABA Friday 1, June 2nd. We talked about CV writing. A couple of guys were there, a couple of guys missed. We'll be conducting it again. And now we'll talk about cover letter. And FABA Friday 3, we'll send you a survey later. And we would like to ask you, like, what would be the next topic? Writing effective emails, LinkedIn, networking, or anything, like whatever you guys ask. Anything related to career, we'll make it happen. So, okay. So let's jump to our topic today. Our topics today is basically cover letter. Like, that's what we advertise, that what we will talk about. So many might be thinking, like, I heard about cover letter, I heard about motivation letter, I heard about statement of purpose. What are these three? Are these three same, or is there any difference? Like, are there any differences between three? Or how to write a good cover letter? What makes a good cover letter? So we'll discuss about this. Anyway, can anybody explain me what is a cover letter, and have you written any time, or did you face any difficulties? I would be open to listen. Maybe you can also ask me what are your expectations for today's cover letter session.
So I have one point to add in here. So how would we present like the skills which we have, like when the job description is given or when a certain position is posted, we know that we are capable enough to fit that position. But writing the cover letter matching to that, like, showcasing our skills in the right way so that the recruiter understands, and it is not like word to word. We have to present, how do we showcase our skills in the cover letter in the way where we communicate, even though we are not mentioning it in that letter. Specifically the same, as they say, ATS system, tracking system is there, and so on and so forth. But here we present all our experiences and how good we are at, what skill we are good at, and yeah. So,
okay. Has
yeah, I
anybody
would like
written cover letter anytime?
Okay, let me say something.
Yes, sir.
Okay, a cover letter, in addition to what she just said, a cover letter is more of summary of someone's CV, the skills you've acquired, and what you can deliver. So I would just say it's like a summary of someone's CV. Thank you.
Excellent. Okay. Anybody else? Prabhakar, you want to add anything?
First, I want to know how to write cover letter because I didn't write anything.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, can I add something, sir?
Yes, please, Sai Pradeep. Yeah.
Sir, it's basically a cover letter is a one-page document that you send
Okay.
with your resume that provides additional information about your skills and experience, and it's related to the job that you are pursuing. And it typically includes basically it should be 3 to 4 short paragraphs. It should not be more than that, what I believe.
Very well said. I think he summarized the whole session that I'm going to talk today. Yeah. Thank you, Sai Pradeep. Anybody else? Any other comments or anything? Speak up, guys. Open your cameras. Open your microphones and talk.
All the engineering students applying for master's program in US or Europe, I think they write a statement of purpose. And this statement of purpose, in fact, they will not write. They will go to a professional and ask them to, by paying some amount, they will get that statement of purpose and then submit.
Yes,
so
sir.
there are professional writers for this, but without knowing what it is meant for, people just keep submitting. But in biology, I think most of them masters or PhD program when they are going. I think they may not be writing in that way, but this is very essential to come up with a write-up to see how you are how your expertise and experience will be useful for the lab in which you are going to join, and what they are working, how it is interesting for you, and why you are planning to join his lab or company. So that's the thing. And very few of life science students will be writing that kind of statement of purpose. But I think it is must now whenever you are applying for jobs or applying for higher studies like PhD or postdoc.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Anybody else? Great. So I'll share a couple of nuggets, like a couple of experiences that I did through my journey with. So let's jump into it. Like, why do you need a cover letter? So sir has clearly said, like, when you are applying for jobs, when you applied for internships, PhD positions or postdoc positions. So that's when you need a cover letter. So when to basically use a cover letter or statement of purpose motivation letter, it really depends on what they are asking. So let's kind of look into the differences. What is a cover letter? So a cover letter is a document that aims at explaining our CV, various professional experiences and training courses we have gone through during our life. It is our professional identity card. So it's like a CV itself, but couple of more experiences that we couldn't share on our CV that we put on cover letter. What is a motivation letter? A document that shows our motivation for that specific position. It is a document that will unveil our true motivations for that position. So basically a difference between cover letter, most of the times people do not know the difference, or even the job persons who are advertising it, they themselves do not know whether they are asking statement of purpose, cover letter or motivation letter. So like even statement of purpose, it's basically a cover letter itself. So there's not much difference. So what I would say with my experience is I don't think much. They are all about more or less same. In the end, you could basically put your experiences, motivation, your future plans, and everything into one page document. So I'll explain you how to do it. Okay. So like before writing a cover letter, you had to do a little bit of groundwork, little bit of homework. So when you are applying for a job, like most of the time, like for example, we ourselves applied for a simple opened up a simple internship position. We asked people to send a cover letter and CV. Very few actually read our job. 200 people applied, maybe 30, 40 people might have properly read. Remaining people just, blindly they applied. So when you are at least writing for a cover letter, don't blindly apply. Read the job advertisement carefully and understand what has been asked. What is the recruiter asking for? And understand your resume and profile. So first you understand what job is required, what are things that are asked in job. And you yourself look into your CV, your experience and your profile, your kind of strengths and weaknesses, and see whether you are a proper match or not. So this is the first thing before writing a cover letter. Ask yourself, is it really for me or not? Then, look at your CV and see like whether you have added everything or not in your CV that fits for this job. If something is missing or something that needs to be added for this job, that's where your cover letter starts. So you need to basically, let's say you did a project on so-and-so, let's say on cancer, and the PhD position or postdoc position is asking for cancer. In your cover letter, in your CV, you might have not written many things, what you have learned, like, how to do a SIR screen or something, or how to do teamwork and all these things. Now you basically can make a story out of it and write it in the cover letter. So it's basically complementing your CV. It's not something going out of the CV, but something very job related that is very specific to the job. So one thing that Kasturi was mentioning, are you applying for application tracking system or you are applying to a person? Because you should really know whom you are applying to. If you are applying for a system, then it's all about keyword matches. Like if they have asked for a couple of techniques, that techniques has to be there in your CV and cover letter. So the application tracking system, otherwise there are some filters that may reject it. Or if it is a person, then you can change your complete story. It's all about, how to convince that person. So that's like a basic homework that you need to do, guys. Like before applying something, understand whether whether you really fit for this job or not, whether you have interest or not. Otherwise, you will do a very vague job, then afterwards nothing really gets screened. So how to write a cover letter? So I have prepared a simple document. So I prepared a simple document. I will also show a couple of examples that I applied, which I followed the same strategy. So you basically take one A4 page. So what Sai Pradeep said, it's a one-page document. And I guess most of you are applying abroad or somewhere else, because these things change from country to country. If you're applying within your own country, these rules may be different. So I'm giving an international format. So in the international format, it starts with your basic address where you are in the right side. Top right corner, you should have your address. Okay. Then left side, when you are starting, you are actually addressing the person whom you are writing. So let's say Professor X, some so-and-so university or something. Okay. This is to address basically, let's basically build a basic body of the cover letter. So it's a to, so whom you are writing to. Then afterwards, one word that I'm very, very particular is dear. Okay. You are putting dear or respected sir or madam. One thing that that I am seeing recently is that many people are writing like, hey, hello, hi. These things I would not encourage anybody to write. Why? Because you do not know how other person reacts. This is some kind of American movie style where we talk about hey, hi, and everything. But here it's a professional letter, so you always write whether it's dear or respected. And if you know the person's title, it's professor or miss or Mrs. Use it, and use a second name. So don't use a first name, or otherwise, if you do not know somebody, use at least Mr. or for a male. For a female, if you do not know their marital status, always use, this M by S. So this means like you do not know their marital status. So then use a second name. Okay. This is where the basic top body of the letter of the cover letter starts. Then afterwards, as Sai Pradeep said, it's a one-page document where you basically divide into 3 parts. So you divide into 3 parts. Your first part is introduction. Second part is body. Third part is conclusion. Okay. And we look into each part. Like in introduction, what are we supposed to write? Introduction is, so it's like, I'm giving the backbone of the cover letter. So whenever you write something, have this backbone. Afterwards, you basically fill things in this backbone. So in the introduction, you write like, I'm so-and-so applying for so-and-so position. And you give any reference for this job. It could be job reference, or it could be a person reference that, so-and-so has asked me to apply for this job. So have this kind of framework. So the first paragraph it's all about introduction. Let's not call it as a paragraph. It's a part, first part. And the second part is a main part. This is where you basically are writing your cover letter or your motivation letter, statement of purpose. So this is where you need to show all your experiences, like, previous experiences mixing with the job applied. Passion for the work you are applying. So what kind of passion you carry to apply? And also, previous work when you have done it, what are the results? So what have you achieved? Then future interests or propose your own work. When you apply for research positions, you usually have to propose your own work. So this is where you basically show the recruiter what you have applied for, what's your background, and what you will be working on. So this is the second part. Very, very important part is the second part. Remaining things are just, as a background. And the last one is, conclusion. Like you need to conclude, like when are you available to join? What are your salary expectations? And finally, you basically conclude it. Thank you for consideration. Sincerely, your name. So that's it. This is basically the cover letter. So the whole formula of writing a cover letter is here. So you need to start with your name in the top right, with your affiliation, everything, or whatever contact details you want to give. And the left is like, first is do a proper search whom you are applying for. Whether it's the person whom in the company, recruitment manager, hiring manager, address them directly too. Then afterwards, start with a very respectable line. Don't start with something disrespectful, like hi, hey, to whomsoever it concerned, like that. So use it very specific. Then divide your cover letter into 3 parts. One is introduction, so where you basically explain who you are. And then afterwards, go into the body, explain your passions and interests and everything. And then finally conclude. In the conclusion, you should clearly say, I'm a master's student now. I'll be finishing 3 months. and I will be available to join PhDs in this state, or I'm a PhD finishing in 1 year. I'm waiting to publish my paper and I will join in next 2 months or 3 months. And you can, for jobs, you expect salaries. For PhDs and postdocs, these are fixed salaries. So you don't need to write that. And finally, conclude with a simple kind of sentence. I mean, this here you can be creative, anything that you can write. So this is a basic cover letter format. Are there any doubts here?
Sir, good evening, sir.
Hi, Channakeshwar, good evening.
Sir, second name means what, sir?
Second name, for example, your name is Bandi Channakeshwar, right?
Yes.
So Channakeshwar is your main name. People call you Channakeshwar.
Yes, sir.
So Bandi is your second name.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
It's like a family name or anything. So my name is Jagadeesh Gandla. My second name is Gandla. So when you write like dear Dr. Gandla, so dear Mr. Gandla, like that. So that's how you need to professionally address people. So,
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Oh.
I'll show a couple of things, guys.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Like in the second paragraph, we have to write to the professor which we are applying to. We have to write a designation of that professor also.
No, designation in the sense like professor, like if it is a professor X something, professor second name.
And then we have to write a salutation.
Salutation is important. Yes.
After.
Salutation.
Hey, Dr. Professor.
So first we have to write the full name of professor when we write.
Full name is good, or otherwise second name is also good.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. So I have basically a last slide, like what makes a good cover letter. Now, first of all, if let's say a recruiter has 1 minute or 2 minute time, they will basically look into your CV first. So your cover letter may or may not be read at all. So first is focus on your CV, make really a good CV first. Then afterwards, put yourself in the recruiter's shoes. Like you kind of think like, if I am the person who is hiring, what will I look into this person? And if I'm doing justification to that cover letter or not. So clear motivation backed up by previous experience. So this has to be in your cover letter. Good storytelling and good English. So proofread first, make sure that your grammar is correct or not, whether the flow is correct or not. So these things has to be in a good cover letter. And continuity in the document. Like, I have seen many cover letters where they put something in the first paragraph, second paragraph, there is something, third paragraph, something in the last, it's like mix and match. There is nothing that is really continuity. So these things has to be really taken care. Good. So I'll show you a couple of cover letters that I have applied. I'm not taking anything from Google or anything because I want to show results that kind of really resulted in jobs in Germany. So I'll show 2 examples. I mean, disclaimer, guys, this is not for boasting or anything. This is just the perseverance, what makes people tick for the jobs, like how you follow up. So this was my first job when I finished my PhD. I finished my PhD in 2018. Then I was looking for, entrepreneurship community manager jobs. So I applied. This was a basic cover letter. So at that time, I didn't even know what cover letter structure was. So this was the person I was applying for. So I directly wrote dear and then good day. This was the first section that I'm talking. So I introduced myself, I'm glad to introduce myself, so and so, and extremely delighted for applying for this position. Then I gave my present qualification. Currently, I'm working already in their board. And then I gave a couple of points, what makes me as an ideal person for this job. So this is the second structure that I told. So until here, this is the body. So I clearly explained what is my experience, what are my references, and what are the things that is important in me applying for this job. So this was an entrepreneurship manager, not into research position. So things may be different. So I kind of put it in bullet points. so that one can clearly see what are the strengths that they are looking for in the job. So then I wrote clearly that when I am available, I'll be defending my PhD thesis on 19th of June and will be ready to take the lead from 1st of July. So I took I want to take a break, and I wrote my salary expectations there, and also wrote like I'm kind of negotiate. They can negotiate. So then I also wrote them that when can I can directly talk to. I gave my date, my availability. So this is one kind of cover letter. If you look at the cover letter and the mail correspondence and everything, so much went on, and so much went on. Then afterwards, they just gave me a job after the interview. So this is one example. Then I'll show you another example where I applied for a science manager at Technical University of Munich. Here I have followed the structure I have mentioned. Look, myself, my address, then afterwards the person whom I'm applying for. It's basically similarly again. I gave first introduction, whom I am. Then afterwards I gave my skill set that they are looking for. Then I told like I'm open for questions. So this job actually didn't come immediately, but afterwards so many emails, so much of conversation, so much, like really lot went. After months and months, they interviewed me and took. So what I'm trying to share here is that cover letter and CV application is just one part, but following up and asking them for multiple emails, having that clarity of thought is important. So basically that's all, guys. This is what is the cover letter. And
Jagadeesh,
yes, sir.
You may show the cover letter that you have written to me for this job.
I didn't write, sir. You directly picked me.
But how it happened? It is not just in the first encounter, no?
Yes, sir.
It is not in the first encounter.
Yes, sir.
Several times, I think, we were interacting. And during those interactions, I think, we see the expertise and experience that you have for the job that is available at FABA. No, so it may not happen. Sometimes, cover letter or these kind of things, people may not believe also. But it is more through interactions, either through email or through or in person, that will help also.
Exactly, sir. Exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
So the CVs and cover letters are just some documented evidence that you have done something, but in the end, you are the person behind these documents. So you need to show your perseverance, either writing emails or talking to them, going and meeting them. If you are persistent, things will come to you. There are many jobs in the market. It's just, I think, this kind of people should know you, and you make it happen either through your work. Like as Redana sir said, I've been working with FABA from past 3 years, and so sir saw what I can bring onto the table. So exactly the one which I applied in to European Union in 2018. So I've been working with them from past 1 year before 2017 to 18. I was working. Afterwards, it was just one application that was needed, and I applied. I got it. So in the end, your work has to talk. So these are just documents, but in the end, your work. Yes, guys. So now the presentation is done. I'm open for questions. So please open your mics and talk.
So one exercise could also be given. See, for example, there is a open letter that has come from Nucleon for internships or fellowship, something like that. And for such kind of positions, how one applies? Maybe they can come up in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Some of the people could probably explain how they are most eligible for that position. If you have that request, no?
That LinkedIn one, sir.
Yeah, LinkedIn one. Not LinkedIn one. He has written to me also, no? Or maybe, yeah, LinkedIn post.
I called him. He didn't pick. I texted him. He didn't answer.
Yeah, he messaged to me that he would like to give back to the society after establishing himself as one of the leading genomics company.
Okay. Sure, sir. There's one question from Alvina. sometimes it happens that it is a department that is advertising a position and we are not aware who is it actually behind that announced position, whether a hiring manager, a principal investigator, or anyone else. Is this condition, who should cover letter address to? Departmental head. I will do a little bit of groundwork. Who is advertising it? Sometimes, you might be knowing people there. Otherwise, you can directly write to them. Who is actually? I mean, you need to have a little bit of tactics, because the main idea, what we are training here is that you have to be a bit special. And you can use some skills, or if you do not know, you can directly write to like the direct lab, you are applying for. So try to be creative. I mean, sometimes there are no straightforward answers. So you think whatever makes sense. If nobody, you do not know anybody, you can directly write, dear hiring manager. Yeah.
So the point is very clear. No, sometimes the faculty recruitment is not by a single person. It could be, the advertisement that comes from the university or from the department, and there may be such selection committee. You need to address to the such and selection committee, dear committee members, something like that.
Yes, sir.
That usually happens at a higher level where you're applying for a faculty position, things like that.
And from Sanju, I have a question regarding internships, sir. Is it okay to do unpaid internships for experience? I would say yes. I would jump on it. Don't think of paid in the beginning. So the first job I told you, right? Like the European Union one, EIT Health one. I worked with them for 1 year. Sometimes I paid myself when they asked me to come to Budapest or anywhere else. I never thought. I actually did not expect anything, whether job or anything. I was more interested in the work they were doing. I used to pay myself. Or even with FABA, I mean, past 2 years or 3 years, I was more a pro bono volunteer. So as long as you can learn something, as long as you can contribute, you can give back, don't worry about payment, because those experiences will help you a lot in life. And once your worth is shown, they will pay you automatically. Any other questions? Rishabh, you want to ask something?
Yes, sir. My question is, do we have to follow the same format of writing the cover letter if we are applying somewhere in India or in US or some other part of country except for EU?
I mean, look it up on Google, what works, because I gave the basic generic formula, and moreover, I have more EU experience, less of a US experience, and India also can be the same. More or less, the structure remains the same. Only, the addresses, whether sometimes left or right. So it really depends on it's just, what people are used to. But the content is same. So you could experiment a little bit in Google. You can ask your friends who is already there what they have done, and you can get a couple of models. So be a bit creative and proactive. You will get all the answers. So right now I gave just a basic background, but in the end, based on the country you're applying for, job you're applying for, you need to be a little bit creative.
And everybody who's raising questions, introduce yourself and your background, so that basing on that,
Yeah. So
Rishabh,
do you want to
otherwise you are something X. Rishabh, where are you from?
Yeah. So originally I'm from Patna, Bihar, but currently I'm studying in Solan at Shulni University of Biotechnology.
Oh, Shulni University. Recently, your Vice Chancellor visited University of Hyderabad. We had very good interaction. And apparently now the university is ranked very high among the private universities also. Maybe very soon, I think we will be visiting Shulni University and then have in-person interaction there. Of course, Jagadeesh was there earlier.
Were you in my lecture,
Yes.
Rishabh?
Yes, sir, I was there in APJ.
Okay, very good.
Okay. Mahesh.
So I see Prabhakar Raju every day I go to BioAsia. I see Prabhakar in the corridor saying good morning. How are you, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I never asked more about his research or other things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. You are in the FABA platform. I think we will handhold you.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone. This is Prabhakar from University of Hyderabad, a research scholar. So nice to see you all, and it's a great pleasure to meet you all through online to know something better thing which will be useful for further process. Thank you all.
So I also see first time talking. Channakeshwar is talking. Channakeshwar, introduce yourself.
Good evening to everyone. Sir, good evening, sir.
Open up your camera.
Sir, actually, I'm in a dark place. In
Dark place. Where are you? In the dark room doing research?
no, sir. Actually, in my house
Village?
upside.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah, introduce yourself.
Sir, I'm Bandi Channakeshwar from Yogavemana University, Kadapa. I'm doing master degree in MSc Biotechnology at Yogavemana University. Thank you, sir.
So how did you learn about FABA and how did you join here?
So FABA is actually once you visited my university and then I will becoming a FABA member.
He was one of those students who attended my talk at Yogavemana University. And
Yes,
he was one of those who raised and then were asking for some questions. I think since then, he is continuously in touch with us.
yes, sir.
And despite all his problems, we
Yes.
are providing him opportunity to participate in either workshop, hands-on or online.
Yes, sir.
Only thing is, he has to utilize this opportunity, to improve our skills and job opportunities.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many students you could motivate to join
Yes, sir.
this kind of program?
Yeah, some of the departments I will send you links and other motivate. I am motivated, but those people are not interested.
How many have joined this session from Yogavemana University?
No, not yet, sir.
Oh, okay. That means you have not motivated them.
Yeah, I'm motivated, but they are not interesting.
Everybody after
Okay.
biotechnology wants to go and become constable or police, sir. they do not know the opportunities in life sciences.
Okay.
At least we are happy Channakeshwar is motivated.
Here
Okay.
I would like to add a point, sir, because most of the times during our bachelor's, we are just confined to the laboratory work. And once we come out, once we graduate, we don't know exactly what kind of position, because they require experience. And many students, unlike me, I was just blindfolded. I really had no idea what I have to do next. Okay, after bachelor's, then do master's. Blindly, I applied for my master's. To be honest, I was interested in biotechnology with nanotechnology research and food sciences, but I gradually continued my studies. Okay, after masters, now what I have to do? I have to just do PhD or get into a job. But what are the opportunities open up for me, and which fields I can get into? What are the options? Like, even after doing biotechnology, you can get into IT field, whereas health consultant. There are many opportunities which we are really unaware of, and such communities like FABA, they help us to know better. That is what I understand, because I've been following Jagadeesh sir since quite long time, and then trying to check up what is exactly which fields he's working on, the places he has been visiting. In LinkedIn, he has been posting up many things, and then through that network and through that post, I tried reaching out people. I tried to know, yeah, this positions I could apply for after my master's. To be very honest, I've been maybe it's like looking and trying to check if something fits for me.
That's good. At least my LinkedIn is useful.
Yeah, definitely. It has been kind of very helpful for me. Like people who have been very actively on LinkedIn are really helping students to motivate themselves, like keep inspiring, like to do certain things. Yeah, this could be an option. This could be an option. During bachelor's and master's, they are like, most of them are really not aware of opportunities which are coming up. And right now in Telangana, there is like a huge biopharma sector, and many opportunities are like just booming up. That is what we see in the news, but in reality, how it is, what exactly it is in colleges, the professors and the students, the interaction between the students, it's like, oh, let's jump into IT. We don't get any companies hiring for us. That is what usually happens, or happened with me personally. Yeah, I like to
You're
say.
right. You're right. Even I received this message. I did my master's in biotechnology, but I want to become IT engineer now.
At some point, it is
I'm
kind
here,
of
sir. I'm here.
demotivating.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kasturi. Trusha, you want to speak? Trusha is Malcolm.
Yeah, hi, I'm Trusha. I'm doing my master's in biotechnology and I'm from Bangalore. So I have this question related to a cover letter. So let's say I'm applying for my first internship, and I have only academic knowledge and experiences from my lab. So could you please tell me what are those key points that should be in my cover letter when I'm applying? Because I don't have much experience outside the college.
Like a fresher cover letter. So how should
Yeah,
fresher cover
yeah,
letter? The structure remains the same.
yeah.
Only thing is your motivation energy has to be that driving the cover letter. So why
Yeah.
are you really interested to apply that internship? I would
Yeah.
say first write a couple of emails to them that you are interested to apply. Just spark curiosity among them, and then send a formal CV and cover letter.
Okay.
So usually what happens is that somebody who is very active, they will make a way. They will try to spark curiosity and among the recruiters.
Trisha, if you have no research experience, but you could mention about the courses that you have taken.
Yeah, okay. Like the certificate
and
courses.
what kind of techniques you are exposed to.
Yeah.
During the practical classes.
Yeah.
So from which university you are?
I'm from St. Joseph's University.
Where is it?
Bangalore.
Bangalore. Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Maybe Nitya can answer because Nitya is from the industry. Nitya?
Thank you, Jagdeesh. So I was intending to add few of my comments that especially the freshers, those who are,
Maybe Nitya, do you also want to say a few words about yourself?
Okay. So I'm Nitya, and I am heading the Center for Advanced Protein Studies in Shenzhen. And this is the government-funded facility, especially to support this kind of trainings. I am a big fan of FABA first and foremost. So that's how about me. Yeah. So coming to the main note, especially students, those who are coming out of college, and in case if they do not have any previous experience to add in their CV, please add the area of interest that you are in. What is your area of interest? And before you prepare your CV or covering letter, please do little bit of research to understand what are the kind of areas that is applicable to. For an example, as you said, if I'm applying for IT of a bioinformatics, then I don't need to say that I'm in my area of interest is in upstream or downstream or something, which is totally into the wet lab work, isn't it? And when you are applying for a dry lab work, please do not put your area of interest is in your wet lab work. That is contradictory to the job that you're applying for. So that will give an impression to the recruiter that, okay, he's just applying for a namesake or just to get onto a job. That's it. And I don't think this girl or guy will stay for a long period. So you can bring a kind of a way how to impress the recruiter. And especially as Jagadeesh mentioned, please mention, not Jagadeesh, Professor Redana mentioned, please mention the trainings that you attended, these kind of trainings. And what is your understanding about the position that you are applying for? For an example, if you're applying for an analytical job, or if you're applying for a manufacturing job or development R&D job, please write a little bit about what is your understanding is all about. So for which you need to do a small research before you write your covering letter or your resume. I hope I am making sense here.
Yeah, Dr. Nitya. Hello.
Yes, sir, Professor.
Yeah. So would you provide internship to Trisha?
So again, I need to evaluate Trisha's experience.
Yeah.
And
so Trisha has to make a cover letter and then approach her. She is also, that is an excellent facility in the country. Anybody who would like to learn about analytical techniques, and specifically for biopharma industry, that is the excellent facility. Maybe very soon we will have a hands-on workshop also at that facility. But that is the facility I think we should approach.
Yes, Professor Redana, I think you made a point. Yeah.
Yes, Zohaib.
I'm audible.
Yes.
This is Zohaib speaking from Pakistan. I'm currently doing my bachelor's degree in botany from Government College University, Lahore. I have no question about cover letter, but I want to say that I never had experience.
You didn't have any prior experience, but in your college, you might have undergone taken various courses. What kind of courses that you have taken, and how that courses, whatever the content in the courses and the practical training in the laboratory will help the organization that you are applying to, or how you can use your expertise in that particular lab. So that you could always write, as I was mentioning earlier.
But I think we lost his signal, sir. So his question was not complete.
Okay. I think he can always write separately also.
Yes, sir.
And Professor Akram, is the president of FABA from Pakistan chapter, and he could be approached.
Yes, Ikram.
Ikram Ahmad.
Ikram, yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. I'll definitely contact Dr. Ikram for that. This is Saima Salim from Pakistan.
Okay, Saima, the founder president of FABA was Professor Anwar Naseem.
Yeah, sir. I've been in contact with him as well. He's in Canada right now.
Yeah, he is the excellent motivator. He was responsible for the growth and spreading of FABA across various Asian countries.
Yes, sir. He has been a mentor for so many people, and
yes.
I have been mentee of him as well.
Write to him about your experience of joining this FABA Friday meeting.
Sure, sir. And probably next week I'll be meeting Dr. Ikram as well in Karachi.
Oh, fantastic. So is he in Pakistan or Canada now?
No, Dr. Ikram is in Pakistan.
Ikram is in Pakistan anyway. Anwar Naseem is in Canada.
Yeah, Dr. Anwar Naseem is in Toronto right now. And, yes. But Dr. Ikram is going to visit Karachi at my place in next couple of weeks. So probably I'll be in contact with him as well.
Fantastic. Yeah. I think strengthen the FABA chapter in Pakistan with like-minded people. So that way you could probably help many students. What are you, sure, Saima? Are you doing masters or PhD or postdoc or job?
Yeah, sure, sir. I'll be happy to continue serving.
What is your background?
What is your background? Sir, I am a PhD in biotechnology, biochemistry, but I've been working in cancer genomics, and my postdoctoral experience is from Ohio University from USA, and that is from cellular biology from Ohio University, Athens, Ohio. Yes, US.
So I also used to work on inflammation and cancer.
Yes, exactly. Right now, with the limited resources at my institute, we are working on the genetic polymorphisms on different cancers, which has not been yet diagnosed as a diagnostic or the molecular genetic markers.
Which institute you are working?
I am working at Dr. A.Q. Khan Institute of Biotechnology and Genetic Engineering at the University of Karachi.
Okay, Karachi. We visited Lahore.
Okay, yeah, we'll be happy you can visit Karachi, and we'll definitely visit our institute to all of you, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation. Maybe we'll see.
Very good initiative, sir. Definitely going to learn from this platform a lot.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
good
you.
to know
Thank
all
you.
the people in the group.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. I think
so there is an excellent workshop that is coming up, international conference that is coming up in Bangladesh in September.
Okay.
So many of you could participate in that meeting. That is organized by the FABA chapter of Bangladesh, and many other chapters are participating in that meeting. The big delegation from India is also going there.
Okay, that's great, sir. We'll
Yeah,
definitely
you could probably see on the website, or Divya will share that information to you.
Okay, definitely be in contact with them.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Great, guys. Anybody else wants to speak? Saima, maybe you could be the mentor in Pakistan. So you could put up, like, for example,
I'll be
Muhammad,
happy to serve. I'll be happy to serve.
we could make a FABA Pakistan community. For example, Muhammad Bilal is in Germany, and he could be one of the big mentor for students like who was Zohaib, who was there before. I think this is what we need to build, a community where we understand.
If I can be of any help and serving like this, I'll be happy to do that.
Excellent, excellent. Great, everyone. So hopefully you understood what cover letter is, like a basic background.
Muhammad Bilal would like to speak.
First of all, sorry I joined the meeting a bit late because I had another meeting. I would introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Bilal. I'm a student in Bonn doing my PhD in Germany. So maybe you have explained it, but I have a quick question. I'm also learning here. So you just mentioned or showed us the basic structure of the cover letter. So does this also work for motivation letter and statement also, or is it different from a cover letter?
I guess it's more or less same.
Okay.
So in the end, the position what you are applying for, what they are asking. So you should show why you are interested in that. That's motivation. And the backup with your experience and your future goals. That's like a cover letter and statement of purpose. So I would say don't think much about what is being asked, but the basic structure is more or less same. What is your background and what do you want to do with it? That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You need to convince them that how your experience is going to be useful for that particular lab or particular job.
Okay. Samra?
Hello, sir. I am Samra from Pakistan. I recently completed my master's in microbiology, and now I am looking forward to enroll in any foreign university for my PhD. And my question is, similarly, I am also confused about as I am applying for any PhD call in any foreign university. So they have asked about cover letters, motivation letter, and research proposal too. So my main question is, my major focus and my interest is in oncology and similarly molecular biology and genetics. So when they ask for a research proposal, how could we choose a specific research topic and then prepare a research proposal? I am finding it difficult to choose a single research topic in such a wide discipline and then prepare a research proposal. That's why I couldn't apply for a lot of calls in previous Jan-Feb months. So I am just asking you the guidance that how should I prepare for it, or how should I go for the research proposal? Because I am also looking forward to apply within the coming PhD calls in foreign universities like Italy, Canada, England, US, China, and all these. Please help. Thank you.
Samra, the first thing
Yes,
that to go through the call and what is the requirement, and also if you are applying for postdoc, what is the area in which he is working. Go through his publications and then write how you are interested in their area of research. And in that area of research, if you can come up with your own idea or proposal, you could write a small proposal also. So if I am given an opportunity, I would like to work particularly on this area which fits into your lab, and my experience and expertise will fit into that problem solving. So something like that you need to, but you need to go do that exercise, go through the publications of that particular group, and then write meaningful cover letter.
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
He should feel that you have done a lot of groundwork before writing this one.
Yeah. Maybe I may add in different perspective, Samra. So what I see from your question is basically you don't have any idea what PhD is. So you are just jumping because you finished your MSc and PhD is your next step. So unfortunately, if you have such kind of vague expectation from PhD will test you like anything. Even if you have a position, it will grind you to, like basic nuts and bolts. You need to first take a pen and paper and look at your own experience and expertise, what you have, and kind of come to a conclusion. This is the area that I'm working, that I want to work on. Let's say, for example, when I wanted to do a PhD on cancer, I had a lot of motivation because my friends were diagnosed and many of the family were having cancer. And moreover, my friends were discussing about it. I read a lot of papers about cancer. Then I applied there. So the other things, what you said, molecular biology, cell biology, these are all just techniques. These are not fields. So all these techniques, even in cancer, neurobiology, anywhere you'll apply them. So I would really recommend you to go through your own experience and your family experience and everything. Come up with a solid research proposal where yourself, you don't need to think of any positions outside. First, you convince yourself what you want to work on. Because in PhD, you'll be creating new knowledge. It's not like it's a career step. It's actually something that you are creating new thing. So if you have clarity, then do PhD. Otherwise, PhD will test you like anything.
Okay, thank you so much. I am so determined to do this.
Yeah.
And Jagadeesh, just to suggest students like Samra, what I feel is that why they want to go for a PhD, they think that will pay them somehow. If they are not getting a placement in the industry, then the next step they look forward is how to earn something by doing something. So PhD is the option. So from the industry, how I support this approach is that if you are applying for molecular biology, if you are applying for cell biology, you have to change your hat while you're in your application, in your covering letter. Please do not mention about molecular biology when you're applying for cell biology. What happens? Sometimes you prepare a common covering letter, you intend to forward to everybody in all the fields. So instead, you please work it out every time, and always attach few research articles if you do not have previous experience, but you have some inspiration about it. So you say that these are the articles I have referred and I have understood that this is a concept, and I would like to take your guidance to do something more about it. So write something like that, impressive, with attachments, references, and your involvement in that. That's how I would say.
Okay, thank you so much. I will look into this.
Great. Sai Pradeep?
Hello, good evening, everybody. So my name is Marri Sai Pradeep. I'm basically from Kurnool, sir. So I have completed my BSc Microbiology from St. Joseph College, Kurnool. So after that, I have completed my MSc Biotechnology from the Department of Biotechnology from Reva University. So which I have finished in August of 2021. So after that, I have joined in a company called Stellis Biopharma, which is a Strides group actually. So after that, I have been working in Stellis with a QC department. So which is 1.6 years till March 20th. So what I feel is from my senior suggestions, from my what we call to further career prospects, I feel that QC pharma will not give me a future. So whether in the perception of money, whether in the perception of satisfaction. So what I feel is I'm not getting the satisfaction like working with QC. So what I feel is presently people are they are doing blindly going to IT and learning the courses and switching to IT or developer something. So in that manner, I went to, after that I have resigned the job. So which March 20th is my last date there. So after that, I have learned the codes Power BI and SQL. So since I am having the low experience, so I'm not finding the right job in IT. So since I'm not interested to go to IT, so I'm interested to do research to life sciences. I want to serve to life sciences. I want to learn more about the techniques, more about the research, more about the method development, more about the validations. But since I'm not finding the proper what we call proper the way, proper the opportunity, proper job, so as of now I fixed to go to R&D department. What I feel is it will be good for me. So I'm welcome to people who will give me the suggestions since listening my the present situation. Thank you, sir.
Sir, you are on mute, sir.
Sai Pradeep, you have completed PhD?
No, sir. MSc Biotechnology from Reva University.
Reva University. And after that, you worked in the industry.
Yes, sir. Pharma.
So, in the pharma industry. This is what happens to many of the people who are joining after MSc in any kind of pharma or biotech industry. Specifically in India, no, they are more into generics and biosimilars. There is no innovation. If you are in quality QC, QA, you have to routinely do the same thing. Maybe after some time, you get frustrated. What is my future in this? Exactly. This is not only yours, but many of the students who are joining after MSc. So I think the right thing could have been you should have completed PhD also. So in the sense that there are so many opportunities to get fellowships, even if you prepare for 1 or 2 years, if you get a fellowship to do PhD in any of the universities or IITs, then that will enhance your chances of joining in any of the innovative companies, either in India or abroad. But at this point, I think there are a number of R&D labs, but you have to join there also as a project worker only. You will not be able to get a kind of scientist position or a faculty position. Is out of question. But there are a number of IT companies are also entering into biology, in digital health and those kind of things. If you have already learned some courses and you have biology experience, then you may be useful in those kind of IT-based companies working on digital health. So explore all the possibilities and then see. I think, if you are following FABA and LinkedIn, there were quite a good number of opportunities that are there. And maybe I think you should. But innovations will come only in academic institutions or institutes, universities and institutes. But most of the pharma and biotech companies are routinely focusing on Me Too products. May not be much of innovation. So that's the kind of frustration that most of the students after MSc joining in the industry. So keep following, be in touch. I think Jagadeesh is the one who will guide you, and there are many of your students from Kurnool doing extremely well in various countries, and they all are your mentors.
Jagdish, may I add 1 or 2 words here?
Nitya, please, you are
please.
the expert who can add properly.
Yeah. So just to, because just to help Sai Pradeep and also to other students, please do not expect your career to be a 2 minutes of noodle preparations. Okay, this is not 2 minutes preparation, because the generation currently is looking for everything ready-made, quickly, immediately. It won't work. Please understand, the moment you have joined in QCB, it is a quality control department. After your master's or after your PhD, please understand that first of all, after your theoretical knowledge, for the first time you are getting an opportunity to make your hands tight, right? Which when I say your hands tight, meaning your capacity of pipetting, the reproducibility of your pipetting capacity, or reproducing of your results, on a consistency basis. So that is what you are actually developing. So since you said 1.6 years in the same company, you please evaluate yourself. Have you helped yourself to become an expert in hands-on into the technique that you're handling? Then you will understand, okay, what is your next move?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, that
but
way.
But the thing is, like in QC, we don't get the new things, ma'am. Routinely doing the instruments handling, routinely we don't get anything new, ma'am. Doing the same analysis.
See, of course, but you need to spend at least 2 years, complete 24 months at least to make your hands tight. That's how I would recommend. Not only for you, anybody in QCP. After 2 years, when your hands are tight, now your mind will think, what should I do extra? Now my hands, see, for an example, even when you do innovative things, so how do you know you are getting a desired product as a false positive or true negative?
Yes, ma'am.
It comes out only when you know your hands are tight. Only the other artifacts or any other factors that is contributing to the results. Okay. So please think in that direction. And QCB is a fantastic environment, because being an industry person, I know quality control is an excellent area, because all the manufacturing, all the patients, they are receiving the medications under the quality control. It was monitored under the quality control. That's why we make patients happy.
Okay, ma'am, I have one question. Don't think bad. But if QC will be the top, the domain in pharma, like branch, so why would be the QC will be down paid branch, ma'am? So compare with production and compare with QA, regulatory, compare with R&D, QC people are paying very less, ma'am.
No, see, Pradeep, this is not the forum to discuss about the market rate or market value for individual contributors. This is a education forum. This is a science forum to know ourselves better. Because Professor Redana, he's, you look at his enthusiasm to spend time to, to clear one by one. So what do you think of his interest or Dr. Jagadish interest to spend time? Think like that.
Yeah.
That will help.
Sai, there's also Tene Hari Krishna in the group. So he was there last week, and his answer was addressed with Raghu Rangaswamy in a beautiful way. So one thing is that, one thing what I see is that IT jobs are right now highly paid. And we are all right now putting IT jobs as benchmark, and we are comparing ourselves with IT. I mean, if you can get a job in IT, it's well and good. But the thing is, if you are internally not motivated, nothing is wrong, QC or anything. The salaries may be low, but once you are becoming expert, and the biotech is next IT. Biotech is going to boom like anything. And once you become expert, you'll be top recruited. We have Dr. Sandhya Kumaraswamy, who can guide you more, because she has 15 to 20 years of QC experience. So why don't you, Sai, if you're in Hyderabad, just come and meet me once. I'll introduce you to her. And maybe Hari, Tene, Hare Krishna, you both team up because you both are coming from Kurnool. Just come to me once. I'll properly talk to you and see where we can place you. Yeah.
Okay.
Because there are multiple things that we are talking. We are talking about salaries, we are talking about routine techniques, or we are talking about, passion for research. I think not everything goes in hand. So career is confusing, I agree. But the thing is, you need to have right set of mentors. Come to me, we'll talk to, we'll make a group out of exactly with your passion, and then we'll take it forward.
Okay, thank you.
Sophia?
Good evening, everyone. I am Sophia Tanveer from University of Hyderabad. I recently completed my master's in animal biology and biotechnology. So I just have this one little question. How can somebody like me, without publications but with relevant research experience, navigate through the entire application process and also like stand out in the sea of applications that professors receive?
I would say first make a draft, make a basic draft and keep revising it.
Revising the cover letters and SOP as per the...
Exactly, yeah. So keep
So, but
revising.
if somebody has a publication, so like if, for instance, you are a professor, so somebody has a publication and then they'll have like upper hand because they have a publication. So somewhere, I feel like even the people are telling these days that the entire criteria has changed. They just see your relevant research experience, but somehow I kind of feel like I don't have a publication right now, so maybe that's like something that is stopping me from pursuing a PhD in a good university.
This again, the answer is like Nitya told, like the career is not a 2-minute noodle.
Okay.
So if you do not have a publication, go research, go for one more, project assistant and get a publication. But if your publication is not your main interest, if you are only applying, passion and curiosity comes first. Make a contact with the professors and say that what you are interested in. PhD is not a job, guys, like which everybody has to understand. After MSc, unfortunately, we are never trained why PhD is important. PhD is really, you're pushing the boundaries of the knowledge. There, the curiosity and passion has to come first. Otherwise, you will suffer in the PhDs. You will be tortured. You do not understand it. If you do not have passion and interest to do research, you will be tortured. So really, that has to come first. When you know which area you want to work with whom you want to work, all this will come secondary. Publications or all these things. If publication is mandatory, go for a research experience and get publication first. Don't go for PhD.
Sir, I want to know if publication is mandatory.
You said it's mandatory, right?
I've been hearing this thing, so I wanted to know, is it really mandatory, or can somebody like me with relevant experience?
Look at positions like EMBL, their job ads. Like maybe Muhammad Bilal can explain like how he is being recruited. But when I applied for PhD, I never had a publication. It goes from case by case, university by university, professor by professor. There is no one size fits all. There is no proper ground rule. At Muhammad Bilal, like, do you had any publications when you applied for PhD?
Yeah, I would like to share my experience. No, I didn't have any publication. There was something going on in the background, but not a concrete publication so that I could show to the supervisor or guide or put in my CV. All that matters is that what you are looking for, which helped me is that I was looking for a profile of every professor I was interested in that field. And then I would write, make my CV, I think very specific for that field or for that professional work or research group. And then I would contact. And one thing I would like to share is that once you contact a professor and you didn't get a response, then after a couple of weeks, you can try again and send another email, which could be a reminder email for that professor. So sometimes people are busy, they just missed the emails. But if you are interested and if they saw your enthusiasm and motivation, so they would give you a chance. And once you had the interview, then comes your actual thing, how you convince the professor that you get position, and sometimes also they would get they will pay you also. So that's an important thing. So yeah, one thing doesn't fit all, because I was applying for many professors, many areas, and most of the times they would all, I would say 70 to 80%, they would ask for a publication. But again, you can also have a chance to get PhD position without having a publication. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, try your luck, Sophia. Like, keep applying and understand the process. What the recruiter is asking. Talk to many people as much as possible. I mean, with whom you are doing project at university?
Sir, Dr. Prasad Tamineni.
And Prasad itself will give you all insights, right? He knows the game.
Yes, sir, Prasad sir is amazing.
Exactly.
But I just discovered FABA recently, like today, and I'm just like having major FOMO right now that I couldn't attend all the Fridays that were like gone in the past.
It's only one we finished. Now second is, it's only
Okay.
second one.
Okay. Sophia?
Yes, sir.
So Prasad met me when I attended the Society for Biological Chemists conference being organized by SV University Biochemistry Department.
Yes, sir.
He was the one receiving all the guests from the railway station,
okay, sir.
when putting us in the guest house, and also giving us send-off kind of thing.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's how, so he started interacting with me, and then came and joined in our lab for project work.
Project.
And the first thing that I told him was prepare for the CSIR net.
Yeah.
And so in the very first attempt, he passed.
Yeah.
So he wanted to join in my lab, but I said, no, there are better labs. Join other youngsters who were there. When he joined, afterwards, I think he was always in the forefront. Finished a PhD, went to abroad to the top university. While doing PhD, he had excellent publications. And with all that kind of credentials, he was selected as the faculty in the same department. There I am. So that's how it started. Is the interaction with the people. When you come across some people like, today Dr. Nitya is there, and you come across many other people here, this network itself. If you continue with the interactions, I think they will help.
Yes.
And I still remember Prasad used to write to me. No? Then I used to correct his language and then ask him to consult any kind of his friends in the English department and then write. Today you see that he is one of the top scientists.
Yes, sir. An amazing mentor.
In the field. No?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He keeps telling about how he, got through all the challenges and became a professor, and he always keeps motivating us. But I just wanted to explore the other means of, getting the knowledge.
Yeah, at that time he may not be having that many opportunities. But today I think there are so many avenues to learn if one is interested.
Yes, sir.
Sophia, I got my PhD from the Marie Curie Fellowship,
Okay, Marie.
Yeah, I did my PhD with the Marie Curie, but after 500 applications at least.
500?
Yeah.
More than 500. Every day morning, every day I ensure that at least I'm applying for minimum 10.
Okay.
And I had, I think 15 different covering letters.
Okay. So this was in which year, ma'am?
I think I'm talking about 2011, 2010.
2011, 10.
Okay, it's not a 2 minutes noodles. Yes.
Yeah, after 500, the number itself, yeah, it's a long way.
Yeah, one of my friends, 3,000. Just to tell you.
Yeah. Yes, Jagadeesh. And also we follow, we can select 10 professors of your interest in the field. and you can follow them in LinkedIn. You can keep messaging them. You can, you can continue express to all the publications that they are publishing and find out their email, continuously write to them. And to tell you, when I joined Marie Curie, I never had a publication.
Okay. That's nice. It's just your research experience and your ability to showcase that, yes, you're relevant to the lab and to the environment. I think that's more important. Anyways, I think I'll just apply and then see what happens. Um,
one more, Sophia. I have a lot of friends who are professors and PIs. They're not getting good candidates. What should I say?
And that's why Jagadeesh and FABA to connect.
So there are a lot of big applications that people send. So that itself shows that the people are not interested, and it goes in the filtration. So that's where the motivation, real expertise is.
I completely agree with you, Jagadeesh, because what happens to the professors, they believe students and they get the grant, and they simply say that, no, for a family reason, I'm just, getting down from the PhD program, or I'm getting married, or I'm getting into new endeavors or whatever. So that makes the PIs to have little bad experience.
Yeah. Kushal, you want to say something?
Hello. Hi, everyone. It's really nice to see now that since the last session, the number is growing and the community is growing. So that's very much positive sign. To be honest, I actually chose to, stay silent in the initial times, because I wanted to see how many people will be active in this time. Because last time when I was talking to Dr. Jagadeesh, he was also mentioning about this, active participation. And it's really nice to see, almost most of the people who are on the call have been active, asking questions, talking, and most people actually got a direct solution as well, because they asked. So it's really nice to see. And I mean, I wanted to talk about a lot of things that I've already noted down all during the presentation. So if you can spare 2 minutes, I'll just give a summary about it. So basically, because the session is about cover letter, I just noted some points which might be gone around. So when Dr. Redana rightly mentioned about the SOPs, most people outsource it. So now with the evolution of AI, it's actually no one needs to write an SOP or a cover letter. But then the problem comes where when you actually go down and for an interview or actually start working, right? You might write anything that you want to write, but when it comes to the actual performance, performing in front of the person or performing actually at the work, that's where the actual work comes out. So if the SOP or if the cover letter is as relevant as what you are, then I think that will be a best fit, and it'll be an easy path for us to actually grow. Yeah. So another point was when someone mentioned about unpaid internship. So I'll just tell about my personal experience. So I've been I'll introduce myself first. So basically, I am a mathematics student who turned into a pharmacist, and who have done I have applied for my master's in pharmaceutics. And when I actually went there, I had zero experience in research. All I had was a theoretical knowledge that I got from my undergrad. And I would say, although I had a good profile overall in a GRE and everything, I had a very minimal experience in the research side. So I was wondering, I mean, when I went there, it was Greek and Latin for me. But when I the one of the good decisions that I had that I did was immediately I went to all the professors in the university, and I was wanting to work anything and everything, whatever they say. So I did that for 3 months, and after that, I actually ended up getting an opportunity to do a research assistant under a professor. And directly, during the brief time of my master's, I could complete collaborating with my peers, collaborating with other labs, and I was able to contribute to 4 projects. One of which is my thesis. So this is just a experience that I wanted to say, that when something you wanted to do an unpaid internship, or paid internship, whatever it is, it's about the opportunity that you want in the initial stages if you don't know anything. So that's all it matters.
Excellent. Thank you, Kushal.
Yeah.
Hina, do you want to say something?
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. Sir, this is Hel Hina Kausar from University of Hyderabad, and I did a master's in molecular microbiology. Sir, my question is, I'm a recent graduate, so I don't know, I'm very confused in whether to join in a R&D job or like a research into PhD, because I'm interested in research, but I'm quite confused about joining a job or going into a PhD. That's it, sir.
What is the answer for that, Hina?
Sir, I'm very confused, sir. I need someone, like, when I asked other people, they told me that when you go for a PhD, the topic gets narrowed which you work on. So later, if you wanted to go for a job, maybe they will think that your topic is narrowed like that. I'm quite confused. If I want to go into R&D job, should I go into should I do PhD and then go for a research job like a scientist, or should I go directly now gaining some experience?
What does your heart say?
I'm not sure, sir.
I think talk to as many people as you can, and then you need to choose, because I think last time I was telling, whatever decision you take, it's correct and wrong. So it's the right decision that you take, or it could be or if you can think and back say, oh, I did a mistake in my life. So any decision, whatever you take, is right. Also has wrong in it.
Okay, sir.
But if I can say that, being PhD, you will be narrowed down, that's for sure, but narrow down on a topic, but not into techniques.
Okay, sir.
Techniques, more or less, molecular biology or microbiology or any kind of techniques, they are widely used in companies as well. So techniques you can learn. If there is a new technique like CRISPR or anything that is coming up, you can learn. So the topic will become narrowed down, but not your profile.
Okay.
So in the end, it's an interest. Talk to as many people as, for example, I did a PhD, but I'm outside of PhD. I'm not an academic anymore. I'm working with startups, like students like you and everything. So it's a different profile. And with whom you did your master's project?
Sir, I did my master's under C.H. Venkatramana, sir.
With whom?
C.H. Venkatramana, sir.
Okay. Talk to your sir and kind of see like what he thinks would be good for you, because he might be knowing your curiosity for research, right?
Sure, sir.
Because he needs to give reference as well. Talk to as many people as possible.
Yes, sir.
FABA is a good community. You can talk to many of us. Nitya is there. Redana sir is there. I am there.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Jagadeesh, since Hina asked this question in this forum, I would like to answer to all of the students on behalf of our team, FABA team, that if you need the highest qualification in your CV, please go for a PhD. If you need to earn immediately, gain some, strengthen your economic part, and then if you want to still go for a PhD, you can go. This is the shortest answer I could give.
Excellent. Yeah. I think such kind of questions has to be really clarified, Hina. So, I mean, continue with FABA Fridays. You will hear a lot of things, and then you'll get clarity. So don't worry much.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Understand here. Great, everyone. So time is running. Let's kind of wind up in next 2 minutes. Is there any burning question? from anyone? Or otherwise, can we take it next week? Or otherwise, we have our WhatsApp group, guys. Please join our WhatsApp group. You have received an email. Follow our LinkedIn page. We are constantly producing some quality content, mainly aiming at career for you. So follow our LinkedIn page. We also have our newsletter. So FABA has memberships for students, only 1,000 rupees per year. If you for people who are in India, for people who are abroad, you have your own country chapters. So for Indians, you have FABA membership you can take to encourage FABA, or otherwise FABA Fridays are anyway for free. Okay, so follow our LinkedIn page, follow WhatsApp group, and you yourself keep discussing in the WhatsApp group. There are mentors as well. Ridhana sir is there. I will add Nitya as well there. But there, like, this community is not only like only we teach. You yourself can teach. You yourself can form communities and help each other. That's how the community can grow. So tell all your friends about FABA Fridays. Let's really build a strong life sciences community. I mean, that such kind of communities doesn't exist anywhere as of now, as far as I know. But we can do our best. Great, guys. Then thanks for joining. See you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was a great
Have a nice
session.
weekend.
Thank you.
It was really interesting to get connected with different people, different perspectives, and great questions, I could say.
Yeah. But keep joining, Kasturi. I think you can.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, I'm in a confused state where how do I start my career in Germany? Where to start from? Because I've been applying for certain positions, but
in our registrations, we are getting at least 20-30 from Germany. So I think they themselves will be your network. Now, Mohammed Bilal, you can contact him.
Yes,
so
yes.
He's in a WhatsApp group. You can contact him. He can help you out. That's how you need to start networking.
Yes, sir. Yes. Definitely.
LinkedIn will work, but you need to have some common touch point. Then slowly it will work. Yeah.
Sure, sir. I'll work on it. Thank you.
Sure. Bye.
Bye-bye.